Hello, hello! What's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? I hope everybody's doing awesome. Thank you for coming out. Alright, so I think I need to turn that down a little bit. Hold on a second. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Alright, that sounds a little better. Alright, so today we are going to be driving the Huna truck. The Huna truck is a very nice vehicle. So yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Let me go ahead and get the stuff up on the screen where we need it to be, and we will be ready to rock and roll in just a second. There we go. Camera needs adjusted. Ba-bam. Alright. Alright. I think that's probably good right there. You guys can probably see me kind of, maybe sort of. I don't know, but there I am. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Okay. Who we got here today? We got CSR Monster. We got Melon. We got Eddie. We got Dave. What's up, Penguin? What's going on? Nice to see ya. Alright, I need to double check a couple things really quick. Alright, so that's looking pretty good right about there. Check 1 2 1 2. That should be it. Alright, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. That's a little too much on that. Okay, check 1 2. Check 1 2. There we go. I noticed my audio settings are a little bit off, so I just want to make sure everything's good where it needs to be. Alright, so we got William D. What's up, buddy? Alright, so Brandon's got a few questions. What are your questions, my friend? Maybe I have some answers. I'm not 100% sure, but hey, we'll find out. We'll find out. I feel like dizzy today or something. I don't like it. I feel like lopsided. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels weird. I wasn't feeling good last night. Today I feel okay, but almost like I'm crooked. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this thing. We're about to go into live racing in a second. Crew hangout. I gotta figure out where my phone is because I gotta tell my crew the wild card's not ready. Crap. Well, we don't have enough tokens to start the wild card, unfortunately, so dang it. Dang it! Crap sandwiches! We can't do the thing! Yeah. That's a bummer. I guess we'll just go live race. Hey, Miguel, what's up, buddy? He says, we'll tell the crew. Alright. Yeah, man. I don't know why we don't have that. I'm getting bots. Let's go ahead and raise a couple of bots. It sucks when the wild card doesn't get filled. It totally sucks when the wild card doesn't get filled. But, you know, it happens from time to time. The only thing I don't like about this truck is it shifts really fast. Like, it shifts really weird and really fast, you know? But it's a really cool truck. I love the way it looks. William D says we're 40 away. We're close. We're close. Alright, so somebody on the showdown has the Tempest 4. Yeah, that's just HTML code. If you know how to do HTML coding, I don't know if you can do that on Android, but I know you can do it on Apple, so it's a fake thing you can add to your name if you know what you're doing. Click Fast is downloading the new update. Uh-oh. There's another update already? Holy crap, holy. Hussein, how's it going? Nice to see ya. Fadu says, William, is your crew still recruiting? Alright, we found CSR Monster. Nice, nice. All right, let's race, my friend. Let's race. Let's race. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And he's in the crazy Lamborghini. I do like those Lamborghini Trezzo Millennials. They are very cool. Alright, so if you want to play CSR on a PC, you would have to download something called LD Player. And that will allow you to put your Android games and apps onto your PC. So it's basically an Android emulator program. If you're on iOS, as far as I know, there's no possible way to do that, unfortunately. Ah, Miguel starting the wild card. Awesome. Thanks for filling it up, everybody. Nice. Can I make a video for live racing on the Senna GTR? Alright, so not every car has a live racing video or a live racing setup. I don't know if I've ever done a video for the Senna, but Senna GTR. I'm pretty sure I have a video for that car already. I'm about 90% sure I got a video for that car already. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I would actually have to go look, but generally, if the car has a good one of those good low performance point high evo setups, normally I put it on the video during the review part or right before the review part. So, did you double check? I mean, if you go to YouTube and type in Danny Lightning and the name of the car, see if that video pops up. Sure, Ali, what's up, bud? How you doing today? Awesome to see ya. Thanks for coming on, man. How you been doing? Melon says they got one spot in their crew. But yeah, when there's 1,000 cars in the game, even if you made one video per day, it would take years to get all of them. So it's hard to get all of these cars. I actually have a shift pattern video for that Audi R8 we just got. That's coming out after the video, so I've got that one scheduled. If everything goes right, tomorrow I'm going to have a shift pattern video coming out for the new car, that new Ferrari. I got to make that later today, so I started playing with that car a little bit yesterday. I think I got it pretty well figured out, so it's either ldplayer.com or ldplayer.net. I can't remember which one, but just do a Google search for LD Player. It should come right up. Now, I actually have the 64-bit version. They recommend getting the 32-bit version, but I downloaded the 64-bit version of LD Player, and it's working better for me than other people who seem to have the 32-bit. Brandon says advice. Alright, so it's possible I never got that car. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure that if the Senna is the one I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure that one does have a live racing setup, if it's the car I'm thinking of. That's a blue car, correct? I could have swore I got a video out for that one. Alright, Eric. Nice to see you, my friend. I'm doing pretty good, bud. How about yourself? Glad you're liking the streams. Oh, sure, Ali got the new car, huh? Cool, cool. Nice. Did that event start today? I don't know if it was today or yesterday or when it started, but Amco, what's going on? How you doing today? Ah, crap, we got Melon. Melon's gonna kick my butt in the Cadillac. That's one of those cars that Cadillac's one of those cars that you're probably never going to beat if you set it up correctly. That car is a beast. That car is like a super beast. I'm just gonna go ahead and slow down and run real slow because I have no chance of winning against that thing. So if you don't have a good PC, unfortunately, this is the emulators are probably harder on your PC than regular games. So you do need to have a decent processor. I don't think the emulators really use a lot of graphics card power, but they seem to use a lot of processing power. So if you've got an i5 or an i7 or something like that in your PC, you'll probably be okay. But it's hard to know for sure. I mean, it's definitely going to work best if you have a good processor and a good graphics card, but what I notice is it runs the processor way harder than it runs the graphics card when using the emulator. Alright, so Melon says I'm probably in the 11-8 lobby, so that must mean this truck has a pretty good lobby advantage then. William D says it's really hard to beat Melon, he's a very good live racer, yeah. Melon spends hours setting up a car, like he'll spend hours tweaking a car for live racing, and he's probably found one of the biggest, craziest live racing tweaks for that specific car right there, I would say. I'm pretty sure that's one of his, if not his very favorite live racing car. That thing is a beast. Okay, so you have an i3. I'm not very familiar with i3 processors, actually. You could always download it and give it a try and see how it goes, right? Either it'll work really well or it won't. So I would say download it, give it a shot, and see what happens. I mean, if it doesn't work well, just uninstall the program, right? Can't hurt to try it out. In i3, it might be able to do it, I'm not sure. I didn't even know they actually made i3 processors. Do they still make i3s, or is it an old computer? I mean, I remember a long time ago when they made them, but do they still make those? I'm not really sure. Now, my dad had an old school Dell PC with an i5 and an integrated Intel 4000 graphics card or something like that, and he was able to play like old Call of Duty games and stuff on that. So sometimes your PC might surprise you, to tell you the truth. Can't hurt to give it a go. Well, I think the worst that can happen is it doesn't run well, and you can say, okay, it didn't work. What's up, Zork? He says, see you, Danny. Are you out of here? Catch you later, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. Hussein says, thanks for my advice on Donna's challenge. I beat her and got the car. Use the Countach. Nice, nice. Very cool. Good old Donna. We don't like Donna around here. She gives us lots of lousy cars. Lots of lousy cars for her keys, guys. Donna's like a big turd taco. Oh, he's gonna get me. Whatever that car is does have a pretty nice setup for live right there. ClickFast says, why do some crews have rank requirements? I'd imagine they think if you're below a certain rank, you're not going to do well, right? Often low rank players don't have enough cars and stuff to make a lot of RP, so that's the only thing I can think of. I guess it's like an insurance program. If we let this person in and they're low rank, we don't know if they're going to make the respect points, so let's just not let that person in. If you're a high rank player, more than likely you're going to have the stuff required to make the points they need, so that's the only reason I can think of that they might do something like that. Alright, so Brandon says, I have 15,000 gold. Any idea on a car to buy? Save it until you need to buy a car with gold, right? I mean, when something really good, when a really good car pops up for gold, that's when you want to spend it on the gold. Because the majority of the cars that you can buy with gold now are kind of lousy. So, I mean, the only car that you can normally buy with gold that I would recommend is maybe the Tier 2 Boxster. Of course, it's better to get the one you can pull with keys because that one gives you the star. But I don't really recommend buying cars with gold, honestly. I mean, sometimes when there's an event, like for not too long ago, they had a Gamera in there for like 4,000 gold. And it's like, you guys got to go buy that. So you want to just hang on to it until there's something worthwhile. Alright, so spending 450 silver keys is not horrible. Because, I mean, it doesn't... You're not guaranteed to get it unless you have 750. So if you spent 450, that's way better than 750, right? That's how I look at it. Arav says, I have the Ford F-150 Honda truck, but no stage 6. Yeah, I don't have any stage 6 on mine either. I think I got a stage 4 transmission on mine. The tires are on stage 3 and the nitrous is on stage 3 and everything else is on stock, so... I'm pretty sure if you do put a stage 6 transmission on this, it can be even crazier for live racing, but this car does a great job, even on just some like stage 3 and stage 4 parts, so. But I think if you put that stage 6 on there, if I remember correctly, it goes up to over 2,000 Evo points, so it should have an even better lobby advantage at that point. Brandon says, I just use my gold to refill gas. Yeah, you got to be careful doing that, though, because you want to make sure you save some gold for when you need it. Don't waste it all on gas. Generally, if I'm live streaming, I refill my gold with gas. I just said that backwards. But if I'm not live streaming, I'll watch the advertisements to get more gas. Because you don't want to spend too much gold if you don't have to. Like, once you get about 10 or 15,000 gold saved up, you know, which only takes you can probably do that in like 2-3 months, I bet. If you don't spend any gold and you play a lot, you can probably save up a lot of gold pretty nicely. CSR Monster says, thanks for the swaps. Yeah, man, thank you. Is it worth it to get the Nissan GT and Elite Tuners? Yeah, I mean, the Elite Tuners events are something you definitely want to go through, right? You want to get all of the Elite Tuners cars. Most of them are pretty nice cars. A few of them are really good live racers. So, I mean, the GTR, right? The Nissan GTR from Elite Tuners is a decent car. The GTR is not a good live racer. It does have a low performance point high Evo setup, but for some reason it doesn't work like normal, so it's not going to win a lot of live races, but it's an overall nice car besides that. Now the Skyline, if you get the Elite Tuner Skyline, that one's actually a really good live racer. But I think for the most part, when you get the Super GR, that's the first one you want to focus on maxing out just because it's such a good car. But my favorite live racers from Elite Tuners would be the GR Supra is really good. The Skyline's a nice live racer. The Corvette is really good. I think the Silvia is really good. The WRX is really good. What else? I think I'm missing something. There's another really good live racer, isn't there? Ah, we got Max the Gamer. Max, you feeling better, man? Oh yeah, the Lexus LC 500 is an excellent live racer. I'd have to look through them to make sure I'm not missing any, but then there's a bunch of them that are nice but don't live race well, so. There's always that, right? The Evo 37. So what about that? Are you're talking about the what the heck's that car? The Evo 37. That's that boxy car, right? That's a pretty cool one. What's up, Dat? How you doing today? Nice to see ya. Yeah, the Evo 37 is a cool car. Yeah, Chimera, that's it. Thank you. The Chimera Evo 37. If that's the one you're talking about, that's a great live racing car if you set it up correctly. I like that car. Comment, how you doing, buddy? Awesome to see you as always. I want to say thanks to everybody who's a channel member. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. That extra support really helps the channel out. But between the advertisements on YouTube and the channel memberships, you know, like I've been able to slowly piece together nice stuff to make quality content for you guys. So all that stuff helps. So I really appreciate everybody who watches my videos. And extra big shout out to all the channel members or anybody who donates, because that's all allowed this channel to get, you know, a decent looking camera, a nice microphone. You know, I can make good audio, video quality for you guys. So I think I've pretty much got my YouTube studio set up perfectly now. I'm a little worried my computer is about to break again, though. It's doing some really weird stuff. So if there's any computer people here, what do you guys think about this? All right. So when the computer wakes up from sleep, this happens every once in a while. I noticed the fans on my computer have RGB lights. So I can see the lights on the fans turn off and then on, then off and then on, then off and then on, then off and then on. And it'll do that for like 30 seconds or a minute. And then the lights will come on and they'll stay on. But then it'll take another like 30 seconds or a minute for the monitors to start coming on. And then the computer fires up. It's not a boot loop. It's not boot looping. It's not actually shutting on and off. So I've never seen a computer do this before. There's no error messages on Windows or anything. Has anybody ever had something like that happen or have any idea what that might be? I don't know if that's like something on the new Windows update or what. I don't think it's a power supply, Rob. It's got a brand new power supply. Brand new Corsair 850 watt power supply. So unless something's wrong with it. Max the Gamer, what is Cupid HW monitor, my friend? It'll show the heat level. Oh, my heat levels are fine. It's definitely not the heat levels. I got programs that show me how hot everything's running, and it definitely runs at really nice temperatures. For example, my graphics card's running at roughly 30 degrees Celsius right now, and my processor's running at 54 degrees Celsius right now, so... Like, will that actually detect problems other than that stuff? Yeah, I keep my fans running at 70% all the time. My fans always run at 70%. I actually go into the... I usually go into the computer BIOS to set the fan speeds. Alright, so the Sesto Elemento does have a decent live racing setup on stage 5 only. But besides that, it's just a cool looking car, right? You can set up on stage 5 and win a few live races, but besides that, you're never going to use that car for pretty much anything other than the occasional live racing fun. Donna's F50 is not really good for anything. It's a horrible car to drive. It's got a really awkward shift pattern. It's not good at all, in my opinion. Alright, so yeah, like Comet said about the Lexus, the LC500. It's pretty much good at everything except for it doesn't have a great 0 to 60 time, right? 0 to 60 is like 1.5 something on that, when if you're trying to do Tempest, you gotta do it somewhere in the 1.3 range. So that car is amazing unless you're trying to do whatever. Alright, Weird Mix, thank you for the swaps, buddy. I'm gonna go back out to the lobby because there's probably more people waiting. I'm going to screenshot whatever software that is you said, Max, because I'll check that out later. I'm trying to find the comment. Oh, yeah, there we go. HW Monitor. I'm going to screenshot that and check it out later today. I'm pretty sure I've already got software that does all of that, but I'll take a look at it and see if it's any different or seems better than what I'm currently using. It's going to get me. All right. Cupid HW Monitor. Alright, screenshotted it. Cool, cool. But yeah, I appreciate that. I think I don't have it on my computer anymore, but I do think I have some sort of program that will stress test my, it'll stress test your stuff. I gotta remember what it was called. I gotta remember the name of the program. But it'll run everything at like a really high capacity and then make sure there's no problems. So maybe if somebody thinks it might be a power supply issue, I mean it shouldn't be, but I guess I can always run that and find out. But yeah, I mean I actually replaced the motherboard and the power supply on my computer about a year ago. So unless I got a bad power supply, it shouldn't be a power issue, but you never know. I'll have to find that program again and run a stress test on it. Alright, so if you're an Android player, alright, Hussein, if you're an Android player, you just sign into the LD player with your Google account just like you do when you get a new phone. And when you download the game, as long as you've already done that, a little thing will pop up and ask you if you want to choose your existing account or a new account, and make sure you choose the existing account because that will pull up your old account. If you choose the new account, it might actually erase your game completely and make you start over. So anytime you install the game on a new phone or something like that, always make sure you're choosing the existing account. But you do have to sign into the emulator on the same email that you're using for the same Gmail or whatever that you're currently using for your current Android account. But like I said, if you're on iOS, unfortunately, I don't think anything exists as far as emulators for gaming. Now, I don't know if you have a Mac computer, if you can play those games on there or not, but wait, what did they nerf? Oh, Finn's Exige? I really like Finn's Exige 360 Cup for those little things where, those little daily races where it makes me use a tier 2 car. That's always the one I choose for those. Like, I don't know if it's like the restriction trials or whatever, but there's always one that pops up a couple times a season that says, make sure you use a tier 2 car. So I always grab Finn's and it always wins. I haven't tried to live race that car in a long time or anything, but it's great for those little daily races. Alright. Sky's the limit in the house. What's up, what's up? Alright, you're on Android. Cool, cool. Yeah, that will definitely work for you. Now, the only thing that sucks about LD Player, if you happen to have Windows 11, it does require you to turn off some dumb thing. Ah, I did it again. If you have Windows 11, it requires you to turn off the, whatever it is, in order to use it, or it doesn't play the games correctly. But it's not a big deal. It'll actually prompt you if it want. Hold on, I'm saying that wrong. A little thing will come up and it'll say, hey, you need to turn this off or you're going to lose your frame rates. Would you like us to turn it off? And if you say yes, it'll automatically do it for you. And then you can then it just restarts your computer. But that's the only problem with Windows 11. It has that new dumb feature that nobody likes. Winpoo says, I made a lot of mistakes before I watched Danny's videos. Yeah, you know, I think I made a lot of mistakes myself when I was a new player, because when I very first started the game, I couldn't really find too many YouTubers. I think there was like 1 or 2 YouTubers making videos, and a lot of them weren't making the tutorial type of videos that I make. So a lot of them were just kind of like, there was a lot of Tempest videos, there was a lot of this, but when it came to like everyday racing, it was hard to find a lot of answers to a lot of the questions I had. So eventually, once I got the hang of the game and figured everything out, then I started making videos. So yeah, it's rough when you start off a game like this that has about 1,000,001 things to it and nobody can really tell you anything. Like, even some of the guys in my crew, you know, they'd been playing for a while longer than I had, and I joined that crew and I was like, hey guys, how does this work? Why does this do that? Why does this happen? Everybody's like, we don't know. So I'm like, okay. Nobody really had any idea to a lot of that stuff. Now, I can't remember if Max was making videos around the time that I started or sometime after. I remember there was a guy named Doc. And there was Millie. And I think Max. I think those were about the only 3 channels making videos, if I remember correctly, when I started. Now there's a whole bunch of people making YouTube videos for this game. Ah, Baba Booey, what's up, buddy? So if you got a Mac, you can use any MacBook Pro or Air that has an Apple Silicon. So that allows you to play CSR2 and stuff on your cool. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that actually. Hey Yuri, how's it going, buddy? Ah, you're on Windows 10. Yeah, you don't have to deal with that on Windows 10. Windows 10 was probably better than Windows 11, honestly. So what you been up to, Yuri? How's everything been going, man? Saw can't find me. Yeah, sometimes it's really easy to find people, other times it's not. Yeah, I decided to rig up a webcam for the live stream, so it's not the nice camera that I use when I do my videos. I mean, most of you guys actually know that I have an autoimmune disease, so I can't sit in a chair for 2 hours straight. Like in the morning I can sit down for a couple hours when I'm making videos, but after that, unfortunately I can't really sit down the rest of the day, so I lay down when I live stream. So I rigged up the camera for the live streams because people would always complain like, hey, where's the camera? So finally I figured something out. Max, you out here? Alright, man. Catch you later. CSR Monster has an iPad. Yuri says, I did a long time ago because I was bored. Alright. You don't have access to CSR unless you get a new phone. Does your phone currently not like, is it not compatible or something? I've actually had a couple of cheap phones and it would say this game is not compatible with your phone, and you're like, what? That sucks when that happens. Yeah, I've got two phones right now. One's a really cheap piece of junk, and one's a older gaming phone. And the cheap piece of junk, every time I try and open the game, it seriously takes like 10 or 15 minutes to load the game. It's terrible. You can't even play it on that phone. The other one's nice. Like my nice phone is a Red Magic 6. I probably got, like, I'm guessing 3-4 years ago. Back in the day, you could get those brand new for like $450 and they were top notch. Now I think the Red Magic, what are they on, like Red Magic 8 or 9 or something now? And they're like, I think they're like $600 or $700. So it sucks the price has gone up that much. Those Red Magics were so good and they were really affordable, but now they're getting more expensive, which is terrible. You know, OnePlus used to make really awesome affordable gaming phones, and then they started trying to raise their prices up. And then Red Magic was making affordable gaming phones, and now they're raising their prices up, so that's a bummer. CSR Monster, you out of here? Alright, buddy, I guess we will catch you later. He says, see you in a few weeks. Alright, man. Alright. Alright, Hussein, so you got the emulator. Let me know how it works on your PC, bud. Oh, someone said a bad word. Somebody said a bad word. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Alright, we got Guy to swap with. Cool. Yes, I have a Red Magic 6. The only thing I don't like about it is when the little fan comes on, it screams in your ear. It's like, wee! It takes a while to get used to the noise of the fan. Ah, you got a Red Magic 7. Cool. What I think's funny is they've got the regular version and the Pro version. And the only difference is the Pro version has more storage, but everything else is exactly the same. Like the processor is the same, the graphic cards are the same. It's crazy. You would have think the Pro version would have had more than just like a bigger storage, right? I don't know what the new ones look like, but yeah, I mean, I've been running that Red Magic 6 for quite a while. It's been a really good phone. I mean, there's a lot of people talk about it being buggy and crappy, and there's definitely a few weird things that the phone does, but overall, it's a really nice phone. If it ever goes bad, I'm probably gonna look into getting the OnePlus Nord because they're decent phones and they're affordable. I think you can get a Nord for like $350. You know, they got a mid-range processor that's capable of playing games and everything, so. Did I get a new update recently? Not that I know of. I mean, there was... I mean, I don't know. There was an update a couple weeks back. When was the last one? I'm not 100% sure, to tell you the truth. I can't remember when the last update was, but I think it was a couple weeks ago. Probably like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. At least that's how I remember it. Yuri said the last tuner car I got was the McLaren. The McLaren's a nice car. I do like the McLaren. Yuri, if you have if your account's on Android and you have a PC, you can always try and download like LD Player. I don't know if you have a PC or not, or if you're an Android player, but that would allow you to play that on your computer. Alright, so Hussein's been using the red magic for 1.5 years, and it's going good. Yeah, you know, I feel like I've had mine for... I could be wrong, but I feel like I've had mine for at least 3 years, maybe 4, maybe 2. I'm not good at keeping track of time, but I'm pretty sure it's been around 3. I think about 3 years. I think the Red Magic 7 just came out, and I got it at a slight discount because they discounted the price on the 6 when the 7 came out, so. Your computer's packed? What do you mean, you got too much stuff on it? Like there's no room? Tyzone, no, unfortunately you cannot use a Android account on iOS, and you can't use an iOS account on Android. They're two separate things, so if you switch over from one to the other, you have to completely start over. So unfortunately, yeah, there's no possible way to transfer accounts. Now you can contact game support and ask them if they would transfer your account over, and I heard they used to do that, but they stopped, but it can't hurt to ask, I guess. But generally, you're kind of stuck. Like, if you're an Android player, you're always going to have an Android account. Ah, your computer's packed in storage. Gotcha. Yuri, have a great day, buddy. Catch you later. William D said they had a push update a couple days ago. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if I got that or not. I mean, I'm guessing if they did, I probably did, but I'm not sure, honestly. I kind of remember that. I sort of think I remember that. I don't know if everybody gets that at the same time, or if they do staggered updates on those, or what, but what, you found a weird what Zyodic in the 720S? Yuri said, "I'll always go to my vids for CSR support." Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you, thank you. We got a brand new player here. We got John. What's going on, buddy? He said, "I just started the game. Is the 458 Special a decent car?" Unfortunately, no. No, I don't think that one's very good. One thing about this game is there's great cars, there's decent cars, and then there's kind of like everything else. And then there's the really bad ones. So generally, if you get a car that has 3 stars, there's a few exceptions, but generally if you get cars that has 3 stars or less, they're pretty lousy. If I remember correctly, the 458 Special we're talking about is one of those 3-star cars, and I'm pretty sure that one's really bad, so that's not something you should really put some parts into or anything. That's one of those cars that keep it in case you ever really need it for something, but I wouldn't upgrade it or put parts into it. Not all 4-star cars are good either. There's some really bad 4-star cars, and there's some really bad 5-star cars as well. So stars are a rarity rating. It doesn't really necessarily mean whether the car is good or not. So just because a car has stars doesn't mean anything, but generally though, most of the time if it's got 3 stars or less, it's really bad. If it's got 4 or 5 stars, it might be good. Put it that way. Now, if you get like the Elite Tuners cars, the Legends cars, or the Elite Customs cars, you can actually add stars to those ones. Most cars, you're stuck. Whatever it comes with is what you have, but those cars you can actually upgrade and make them better. So there are a few cars in the game that even if they don't have stars, they'll get better as you upgrade them. But the majority of cars, you're stuck with what you got. So Jen, which event are you looking at doing? The Ferrari event that's on the map right now? Like, I think that one uses very specific Ferraris. I'm not sure which event you're referring to, but yeah, if you got new questions, there's quite a few. Me and other people are pretty knowledgeable here, so feel free to ask. You know, if you got any questions, feel free. Ah, so Kelled's only been playing for a week. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's hard to find a good crew. So you made about 2 million game cash. Is that what you're talking about? So generally, when you're looking for a good crew, they're gonna have requirements on how many respect points and stuff they want you to make. So you kind of gotta judge what crews you can join by the amount of respect points you normally get. Like most bigger crews that get the milestone prize car and do really well will often require you to have at least like 700,000 or 800,000 respect points per season. But I'm not really sure which crews are good and which ones aren't, honestly. That's one of those things where sometimes you just have to join crews, make sure you can meet the requirements, and then when you find one you like, you can just kind of stay there. There's probably thousands of crews out there, you know. Oh, so you made 2 million respect points? That's pretty darn good, buddy. If you're new at the game and you're making 2 million respect points, that's super good. Alright, so sometimes unfortunately it's not easy to find people. Some days it's really easy, some days it's not. Maybe try tuning your car to a slightly slower time. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, this car runs right about 11.6 and it's tuned for 11.6, but it's possible it could be like an 11.8 lobby maybe. Guy, yeah, thanks for the swaps, buddy. That was fun. Jen said, I upgraded my Cayman. There's a couple of good Caymans in the game for tier 3. So there's a GT4. That's a pretty decent car. I mean, that's a car that's gonna, you know, it might be pretty useful to you. So I don't think that's a bad choice. There's several different Caymans though. I'm not really sure exactly which one you're using, but some of those are pretty decent, depending on what you're trying to do with them. One thing about this game is it takes a really long time to get a bunch of stuff and level it all up. So you gotta have a lot of patience or spend a lot of money, one or the other. So I mean, it took me probably, I would say the first couple of months I started playing this game. I mean, I just remember about 3 to 4 months into this game, I was finally like, hey, I'm starting to get a nice collection of cars. And then shortly after that, I was able to start getting like better and better stuff. But it's one of those deals where if you got patience and you play a lot, you'll slowly acquire a bunch of nice stuff over time. Wingpoos says, anybody want to work on the Ferrari event? I'm probably not going to do that event because I don't know. I will be making a video. My goal is to make a video today for the car. I don't know if it's good or not yet. The prize car? It sure looks cool, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that event, honestly. I think I have all the cars, but I don't think any of them are upgraded, so I don't want to put all those parts and game cash into that. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll have a video out on that car. Today I'm going to put out a video on the R8 we just got as a prize car. But yeah, there might be 10 or 20 different 11.8 lobbies. It's not always easy to find people, unfortunately. And then there's always the possibility of updates messing things up, so... William D says, most Ferraris suck. Comet says he's not spending any money on the game. I don't blame you. I spend very little money. I don't mind spending 20 bucks on a car every once in a while. But I can't dump a couple $100 into an event, you know? I can do a lot more with 200 bucks than get a car for a prize. You know what I mean? Like if you could do an event for like 30 or 50 bucks, that would be great, but usually it costs people a couple $100 to do these events, in my opinion. And yeah, if you have duplicate cars, you might as well strip them. Keep one of everything and strip any duplicates. When you strip the cars, they'll drop parts and stuff for you, so. Alright, good swaps. Alright, so how do you drive a car on your PC? You have to map. You have to map the keys. So on LD Player, on the top right corner, you're gonna see that little like bar on the right hand side. It's like the second or third thing down. It's like a little square with a bunch of dots on it. If you click on that, it'll allow you to map the keys to your keyboard, so you can choose whatever keys you want to drive the car. Sciatic was bumped. Oh no! Yeah, good. I believe there's some live racing setups for the McLaren. I've never really enjoyed live racing that car. I may or may not have a live racing setup video for that one. I'm not really sure because I never really cared for it. A lot of people love it, but somebody's probably got a video on how to set that up on YouTube. I can't even remember. I don't know. There was a couple of very specific setups that worked really well for it, and then some that didn't, so. Hey Marquise, how's it going, buddy? Awesome to see ya. But yeah, you just gotta map the keys, Hussein. Like, I use the space bar to shift. Like, when you normally type on your keyboard, like, you know, you set your hands in a certain spot, so I just set my hands there, and whatever key I use to type on, I don't know how to explain it. You can set up any way you want. You can even set it up on a game controller. Like if you got an Xbox controller or something, you can do that. But yeah, once you map the keys, you'll be okay. Is this one of you guys? I don't know if it is or not. If not, he's got the swap thing, but he didn't let me win the second time. Jen says, if you guys completed the Legends. Yeah, I think it took me about a little over a year to complete Legends. It's a long process, a long, tedious process. I hated Legends. A lot of people liked it, but I did not like Legends. Marquise, you can download and play games on Android if you get an Android emulator on your PC. But there's not an actual PC version of this. But if you download LD Player, you can play it on the PC. Alright, so John, that's a... Whoa. I don't know what happened there. Alright, so John's got an interesting question. So he wants to know, is it smart to try and kill two birds with one stone? For example, getting a tier 4 Legends car and using the same car to beat the bosses. Yes, it is, but... Tempest 3 tier 4? Alright, I'm not sure if there's any Legends cars that'll do Tempest 3 tier 4. So for Tempest 3 tier 4, you have to have a car that does over 260 miles per hour, and the car also needs to do 0 to 60 in about 1.3 seconds. I don't think any of the tier 4 Legends cars can do both of those. So there are some Legends cars that are going to work really well, but the other thing about Legends cars is you also have to remember you have to put those tokens into them to get all the upgrades so you can make them as fast as possible. So it does take a little more work to... You got to restore the Legends car, then you have to put the upgrade tokens into them. So it takes a lot more work to get a Legends car fast compared to a regular car. So my advice is this. Don't focus on racing the bosses until you already have a car that's fast enough to beat the boss. You can look up all the boss times, right? You can find out what time the bosses run, so... I wouldn't even worry about it until you're like, hey, this car is going to run faster than the boss. Then go race that boss. Does that make sense? A lot of people try and rush through the boss races in Tempest and stuff. And a lot of people try and rush through it so quickly, they stress over it. Or they start, missing the boss cars because they were trying to just rush through. So you wanna take your time with this game. Just kind of do things slowly at your own pace. You'll have a much better time if you're not stressing over, I gotta get this done now type of deal, right? Can the Himikuda do it? I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not really familiar with most of the Legends cars at this moment. See, the thing is, they changed the Legends cars a few times, and after like the third or fourth time they started changing the Legends cars, you had to learn how to retune them and redrive them. I got fed up with that, and I said, I'm never driving the Legends cars again, and I haven't. So, the last time they changed them, I don't know what they changed any of them to, but I do know for sure that Hold on, what was I just saying? I just lost my train of thought and had a brain fart. Oh, God. Well, you guys know what I mean. Saw says CSR2 is doing no justice to me. I might have to go now. Alright, buddy. Well, if you gotta leave, we will catch you later. Thank you for stopping by. Alright, we got Car Pro Rider. What's up, buddy? Nice to see ya. But yeah, I mean, if you can find Legends cars or Elite Tuners cars that will beat the bosses as well, that will make life easier. But like I said, just be on the lookout because it is harder to make those cars faster than regular cars. All right, Caden, thank you so much for the donation, buddy. I really appreciate that. Thank you. How's your day going today? William D, which car do I have a video on? If it's one of the Legends cars, it's probably outdated. It might be an outdated video. Alright, comment says the Himikuda can do it, but it's still very difficult to build because it's a small brand. So yeah, that one's probably going to be really hard to get parts for. Alright, so I think Weird Mix or Miguel is offering to help you with line, but yeah, you gotta map the keys. You gotta map the keys on the keyboard. I kind of tried to explain it there a minute ago, but he might be able to show you. Like for some, like the way my screen recorder is set up, unfortunately, like if I go to the key mapping, it's not going to show up on my screen, so I can't actually show you how to do it because it's only picking up this window, and it opens the key mapping in a new window, I think, so. Oh yeah, the Z06 convertible. That's a nice car overall. The Z06 is pretty cool. I think if you want to live race it though, it really requires a couple of stage 6 parts to make it as good as possible, but one thing is, some of the cars in this game are very, very, very hard to get parts for. Like, there's a lot of really cool cars in the game, and, you know, some of them are easy to get parts for, and some are hard. So when you're doing stuff like the Legends, I would say your best bet is to try and find Legends cars that are good, that are easier to get parts for, because that'll make your life a lot easier. Like, if you're trying to upgrade the Legends Shelby, that is a really hard one to get parts for, or the Pontiac's really hard to get parts for, so those really aren't your best bet because of that reason. Alright, top 5 cars in the game. There's really not a top 5 car, because there's different things to look at, right? You got to look at how fast does it cross the finish line, what's the top speed, what's the acceleration, does it beat dyno time, does it have a live racing setup? I mean, there's a lot of different things that can make a car good, and not all cars are good at everything. But one of the best cars you're going to get as a new player that you're going to get for free is the Toyota GR Supra from Elite Tuners. The game is going to give you that car, and it's not the best car in the game or anything, but the car is pretty darn good at everything. It's just an all-around really nice car. It's got good acceleration, good top speed, it's somewhat fast, it can be set up to live race, it can set up to beat the dyno. I mean, the car can do pretty much anything you need it to do for the most part, so when you get that GR Supra from Elite Tuners, you definitely want to focus on upgrading that car. It's just a really, 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 really good car, and the game's going to be like, bam, here it is, and give it to you for free. The only thing that sucks is you do have to earn those Elite Tuners tokens to unlock all the parts and stuff, but it's such a good car. A lot of the fastest cars in the game were paid cars that you can't get unless you won it from an event or you paid real money for it. So the Lexus LC500 is excellent, except for it doesn't have the greatest acceleration, but it's good at everything else other than acceleration. The Gamera, if you happen to get a Koenigsegg Gamera, that is an excellent all-over car that can do a lot of crazy stuff. I think the Koenigsegg Regera, the Regera and the Gamera are two super amazing cars. There's so many good cars in the game, it's really hard to say what's best, but there's a lot of super good cars in the game. Oh yeah, the Jesco could be pretty good. I don't remember if the Jesco is good for live racing, but that's an excellent overall car. Yeah, the Navara is a nice car. Navara. The CC850. What's up, Michikitsu? I made a video on the CC850, and I remember I really liked it, but I don't remember why. But I do have a video on that one for sure, and it's a cool car. I think I upgraded mine, if I remember correctly. But I remember there was something about that car that really stood out. I can't... Oh, I think that was the one that had the crazy down tune that I don't suggest anybody used because they could consider that a glitch. I think it had a good live racing setup, and I think it had a crazy glitch tune as well or something. The crazy thing is the glitch tune isn't really something that's hard to find. Like, I think most people are going to tune that to the glitch tune just because the glitch tune is like a normal tune for that car, and then it runs crazy ridiculous. Hey Austin, how's it going? The Ferrari 296 GTS. 296 GTS. I'm trying to remember what that car is. Like I always say, there's 1,000 cars in this game, so it's hard to keep track of them all. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what car that is, actually. So if I miss anybody's comment, I apologize. You know, I'm trying to drive and read everything and answer questions, so sometimes comments scroll down and I miss them, but I try to read as many of these comments as I can. Comment says something about the super van. The super van's a cool car. Max was here, but he had to leave, so Max isn't here at the moment. Yeah, the super van's a cool car. Sky says the 296 is a great live racer. I think I remember what the 296 is, but I'm not 100% sure. If it's the car I'm thinking of, it is pretty amazing, actually. Alright, I'm going to go back out to the lobby and give somebody else a chance to try and race me. There's probably more people waiting. The SLR McLaren. I don't remember liking that one very well. I'm pretty sure I did make a video on the SLR McLaren, but I don't really remember liking that car. I remember it being pretty lousy. I don't really remember why, but I remember it being a pretty lousy car overall. William D says, not a fan of electric cars because of the starting. Not all electric cars are crappy to launch, but a lot of them are. A lot of the electric cars have really crappy launches. There's a few of them that are really easy to drive, so it's kind of hit and miss, I guess, but it seems like most of them suck at launching. I don't know why they do that, but... Alright, so Gerard, there's no best live racing car, but there's about 1 million cars in the game. There's probably a couple 100 cars in the game that are excellent at live racing. I mean, there are some that are better than others, but... Man, there's so many that are so good, it's pretty hard to really say that one's the best, right? But in Tier 4, the LC500 is extremely good. The Cadillac CT5V Blackwing is really good. The Elite Tuners WRX is really good. Those are the 3 Tier 4s that really stand out offhand. In Tier 5, oh my god, there's so many that are good. But I really like the GR Super for live racing. I like the Gamiras. I like the CSR2 Ghost Edition Regera. I like a lot of the Elite Tuners cars. Not all of them, but a lot of them are super good for live. Like the Skyline's nice. The 720S is good. The Sylvia's good. The Corvette's really good. A lot of good Elite Tuners cars. A couple of these Kin Block cars, like the Huna truck I'm running right now, is pretty good at live racing. The Bentley Continental GT3 is a good car for live. I'd have to go look through all my live racing cars, but there's a lot of really good ones. A lot. Melon says the SLS Mercedes is okay. So I guess it's not horrible. If Melon says it's okay, it's probably pretty decent then. Johnny Hood, glad you're liking the content, buddy. Glad it's helpful, and hey, nice to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I finally upgraded this Huna truck like 2 days ago, because I'm like, this thing is a great live racer, but it's just sitting there collecting dust, and I love the way it looks, so I finally just had to break down and do it. Yeah, the Huna Pegasus is a great car. I like that one. The Bosch 302 is a great car as well, but the Bosch 302 is a little bit weird. There's one that you can buy from the dealership, there's one they give you for free, and there's one that pulls out of crates. And I think they all three run different times, so depending on which one you have is depending on how good it is. It kind of sucks, but there's definitely 2 different ones, possibly 3 different ones on the Bosch 302. I'm not really sure if the one you pull out of the crate is the good one, or the one they give you for free is good one, or what, but there's definitely a difference. Michikitsu, he says the game likes making nice cars suck. Kinda does, actually. Yeah, there's not very many good Bentleys. Most of the Bentleys in the game are terrible. There's about 1 million cars in this game that look really cool, and they're just horrible, which is a bummer. Some of the cars in the game that are like super cool, and you're wondering why they're not better, right? Why didn't they make these better? But yeah, I don't know if there's somebody who's just like, hey, I don't like this car at the place that makes the game. Somebody's like, yeah, I don't like this company. Let's make their car crappy. I'm not sure. But for example, most of the Ferraris in the game kind of suck. Most of the Bentleys suck. A lot of the Porsches suck. Even one of the coolest looking Porsches they have in this game sucks really bad, so it's terrible. Who's a cheater? Comments calling somebody a cheater there. Oh, I got a really bad launch on that one. Unfortunately, there are cheaters in this game that will add extra parts to their cars and make them faster than they're supposed to be, which sucks. Stack says the McLaren F1 makes the most RP in the game, and it's a great live racer. Yeah, I don't like the car, but it's an excellent car overall. Most people love that car. Most people really like it a lot. I think Max the Gamer has some really good videos on setting up the McLaren for live racing to do well. Monotel says the Z Proto is an underrated car. Is it really? I remember I got one that's like this bright tennis ball green color, but I don't remember much about it. Is that one good? The Proto? It's been years. I don't think I've driven that one in like 2 years, so I don't remember too much about it. Yeah, you know, it took forever to get the McLaren F1, but it's a really cool car. Miguel, thanks for helping him out, buddy. That's awesome. I don't know if I've ever made a video on how to play the game on LD Player, but I should do that one of these days, if I already haven't. I should do that for War Robots and CSR Racing. I know I did make a video. I'm pretty sure I made one already. I'm gonna have to look and find out. Maybe I didn't. But I could have swore I made one. If I did, it was a really long time ago, and I could probably make a better quality one now than I did back then, so. That would be a great thing to do, actually. Hey, Varish, what's up, buddy? Oh, if you have a... Oh, wait. You're trying to get Purple Star parts, right? Unfortunately, there's no good way to get parts for that. If you have the Golden Star version of that car, you can go to the Golden Star version and you can open crates for keys. But if you have the Purple Star version, your only option is to spend real money to open the crates. Now, if there's ever an event that pops up on the map that uses that car, you might be able to farm a few parts off of that, but unfortunately, the Purple Star cars are real money if you need Stage 6 parts. Alright, how do you get the Ford GT? I'm pretty sure you can buy that car with gold, can't you? I would have to go look, but I'm about 90% sure you can buy that with gold. So I think when the Ford events are up on the map, they do give you a way to get the cars that you need. But I think that only happens when the Ford events are there. I think when the Ford events are off of the map, I'm not really sure which Ford event. I think there was a couple of sets of Ford events, so you should be able to go buy it with gold. And I believe they give you two choices for that GT. I think you can buy like a special edition or the regular one. And I think the regular one is easier to do the 0 to 60 time with. I'm trying to remember the details on that. It's been so long since I've done that. But I'm going to tell you what, I've never finished those Ford events. Like, I'm on the last race of each one. And I've been collecting free parts for years because, you know, I can't get whatever that one car is until I finish those events. But I don't really care whether I have it or not. So I'd rather have the free Ford parts. I keep thinking about maybe I should go in there and finish it, but at the same time I'm like, but I'll lose all my free parts for a car, you know. I don't know. Ooh. Before said I got 1,500, I'm trying to save. Saving stuff is always good. Welcome to the stream. So it takes a little while. So if you're trying to save up your gold to get that car, what you want to do is just don't spend gold on gas or anything. Just save, save, save. Eventually you'll get there. I mean, if you play the game every day and you put enough time into it, you'll get 4,000 gold in no time. I mean, it doesn't take that long. Now, if you're refilling your gas tank with gold and wasting it on stuff all the time, then yeah, you're gonna have a hard time getting there. But if you play the game enough, 4,000 gold is pretty easy to make. What do you mean by F1 car, bud? I'm not sure what you're referring to. The McLaren F1? That's part of Legends, not the actual Ford. I don't think I have any Ford F1s. I'm a little confused there by the F1 comment. So the McLaren F1 isn't part of the Ford events. It's a little bit different. Yeah, the GT40 is unlocked by doing the Ford events, but the F1 is something different. Wait, you have to do the GT40 to do Legends. I don't think so. I don't believe so. I think you're talking about two different things here, so I'm a little confused. Barish, why do you keep saying stop the music? The majority of people like to have something in the background. I mean, you can actually barely hear it. It's barely even on, man. The music is very, very quiet in the background. Like, I can barely even tell that it's there. It's so quiet. Alright. Unfortunately, people are having a hard time getting into my lobby today, I think. Yeah, I have the volume level on my music player on number 2, so it's pretty much turned down as low as it can possibly go. I mean, you can barely hear it. There's no way it's like making my voice hard to hear. Alright, we're racing a Lamborghini. Lamborghini, Lamborghini, Lamborghini. Yeah, I mean, some people were complaining that the music was too loud, so I turned it down about as low as you can get it. But a lot of people complain if there's no music at all, so no matter what, you can't please everybody. That's the thing. You can't please everyone. Winpoo, is that Countach good at live racing? I haven't driven my Countach in a long time. Alright, how do you complete Legends if you don't have the GT40? Alright, so Legends cars are different. I don't understand. I don't think their Legends cars aren't tied in with the Ford event cars, right? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, I don't think there's a Ford GT40 in Legends. I'm a little confused. I don't understand. I mean, I think there's a bonus car. I think there's a bonus GT40, but that's different than the ones. I think actually you might be able to use that for the Ford events. There's like I think there's 3 or 4 GT40s in the game, but yeah, the Legends GT40 is something different. That's what you're trying to get, is that GT40? That one's really, really hard to get. That one's really hard to get. You're talking about the blue one with the orange circle on the side and the numbers, right? That thing? So you have to restore pretty much all the Legends cars to 5 stars or whatever. You gotta restore every Legends car, and I think you have to upgrade them. I can't remember the exact details of how you do it, but it's something along the lines of that. But the GT40s you can buy with gold are the ones you can use to complete the Ford event. So you don't need the Legends one to complete the Ford event. It might work, but you don't have to have that. You can use one of the other GT40s or GTs or whatever. Alright, so what's the difference between a car with stars and a car with no stars? So more stars mean the car holds more fusion parts, so it should be faster when it has the stars. So let's just say you go into the dealership and you buy a car that doesn't have any stars, and maybe a month later you pull the same car out of the crates, but the one that comes out of the crates has 1 or 2 stars on it. The one that comes out of the crates will have the stars, and that car will be faster because it holds a few more parts once you max them out. So adding stars or getting more stars will just allow the car to add more parts to it, basically. So Exotic, I'm pretty sure there's 2 cars you can get in the Legends series. I think there's 2 different lists of special Legends cars. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've even looked at it, and I never finished doing all of that. The majority of my Legends cars have never been upgraded, or I mean, they're all restored, but I never really upgraded them all, so I think when you restore them all, you get 1 car, and then when you get them all up to max level, you get another, something like that. I can't really remember. And I was trying to find the list that tells you what you need to do that, but I can't find it. Like, it's missing. Alright, so he's trying to unlock the black GT40. Like I said, pretty sure once you're starting to do the Ford events, you should just be able to go into the dealership and buy it with gold. But you got to get to the events that actually require that, and then it's going to let you buy it. So once you get to the point where you need it, then you should be able to go in there and buy that car. Hopefully that makes sense. You don't... Alright, so before, I think you're confused about something because you only need the Legends cars to do the Legends events. The Ford events and the Legends events are different. So either I'm not understanding what you're trying to do, or... I don't know, man. I'm starting to get confused here because I think you're... Henry, what am I wrong about? Oh, Zadok said there's a GT40 Mark II that you must complete Performance 4 to get in order to restore it and get the F1. I wonder if that's something they changed. I wonder if they changed that because... Huh. That's really weird. Because, yeah, I've never finished the Ford events. Yeah, that might be something they've changed over the years. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's been years since I finished... It's been several years since I finished Legends, so... All I can tell you is... I never finished Performance 4, but I did beat all the Legends events. Okay, Henry, maybe the... Yeah, I don't know, guys. I just don't know. All I know is there's a couple of Ford events that pop up at the end of the season, every season, and I've never finished those. So Henry, the Ford events I haven't finished won't be on the map until the last couple days of the season, so they're not on the map right now. I think it's like the last 3 or last 4 days of each season those events pop up. But that's the thing, when you've been playing a game for like 7 years and a lot of the stuff you did many years ago, it's hard to remember the details on everything. But I got videos on all kinds of stuff, right? So there's a lot of times where I got to go watch my own videos to refresh my memory on things that were like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. I'm pretty sure I've got some videos on the Ford events and this and that, so... Alright, so a season only lasts 2 weeks, actually. So once per season, those events do pop up. I'm pretty sure it's once per season. I could be wrong, but... I remember it being once per season. I don't really pay much attention to that now because... I'm not really trying to finish those, so I haven't really looked at it in a while, but... Henry says it's once every 28 days. Interesting. Alright, we gotta race a green Camaro. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah! I had a bad shift pattern and I got beat up. The Camaro got me. The Camaro kicked my butt. And then he left. He wouldn't let me re-challenge him. Alright. You're on your third tuner car. My third one is level 34 and I need the gold tokens, which is more important, maxing out my car and going for the golds in each shadow. I don't understand your question. You're asking what's more important, but I don't see two different things there. I mean, you need to max out your Elite Tuners cars in order to finish the Elite Tuners events. Right? So doing the Elite Tuners events and running showdowns will get you more tokens. Or you can spend money sometimes to get more tokens. But you have to do the showdowns and the Elite Tuners events to gain more tokens to put into your car. So the gold and the purple tokens take forever to get. So you gotta just keep racing and racing and racing and racing. And you slowly acquire them. It takes a really long time. So it took me over 2.5 years to get the original set of Elite Tuners cars, the purple stars, and finish the Elite Tuners stuff. So it's a very, very, very slow process. But I basically just focused on one Elite Tuners event at a time. Now when it came to the add-on events, I didn't do the event for the Lexus, I didn't do the event for the Corvette. I only focused on the original set of Elite Tuners events. I mean, it's kind of personal preference, but most of the add-on events are timed. So you've only got like so many days to do those add-on events, and it's almost to the point where your average person is not going to be able to finish them in that amount of time without spending a little bit of money. So I basically didn't worry about any of the add-ons. I just focused on finishing the main Elite Tuners series. And that was it. So is it worth doing the 500 races in the showdown? I mean, I never did all 500, right? And I never really struggled to get the gold tokens. I always struggled to get the pink tokens. But if you've got the patience to sit there and do 500 showdown races, by all means, go ahead and do it. It takes a lot of time and a lot of patience is the only thing. But if you can do it, do it. But that's the easiest way to get tokens is from showdowns. But the problem with showdowns is the showdown matchmaking is not very good. The showdown matchmaking sucks. If you don't have the very fastest car, it's hard to get to the top of showdown. But at least, you know, after so many races, they do give you prizes for a race or whatever. But I usually do somewhere around 200, 250 races per showdown. I don't have the patience or the time to sit there and do 500 races on a showdown. And it took me 2.5 years to finish all those. So it's a very, very, very slow process, which sucks, you know? It sucks big time how long it takes, but that's how long it took, you know? Yeah, the little 8 races that give you stuff, everybody should be doing those if possible. If I see that's on the map, that's one of the first things I usually try and do. Unfortunately, I can almost guarantee occasionally I miss one, but I try. If I see that's on there, that's one of my main priorities, is to do those 8 races quickly. That little weekly thing is very helpful to the crew. But yeah, just lots of Elite Tutors events, lots of showdowns, and the weekly 8 races if possible. Those things are really, really good. Melon says it was your turn, ha ha ha. You think that's funny? Melon says ha ha ha. It's not funny, Melon. You stole my win, even though I let you have it. Alright. Oh, we found Odom. Oh, look at that thing. That is a crazy looking car right there. I've never seen an FFX Evo in live racing before. I shifted really, really badly. Oh wait, I actually won. Okay. As badly as I shifted, I did not think I was going to win that race. Ah, what's up, Nazgul? How you doing today, buddy? Yeah, good race. Welcome to the live stream. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I can't believe you're driving an FFXK. I mean, I seriously don't think I've ever seen anybody have one of those in live racing. Good for swapping, but can you actually win live races with that? Those cars are really, really, really hard to drive. They look awesome, but man, trying to shift that thing is a nightmare. I forgot if it was my turn to win or not, so I slowed down. I think I was supposed to win that one, but at the last second I was like, hey, wait a second. I'm going to let go of the gas on number 2 and see what happens. Does it run faster or slower? Let's find out. Is that better or worse on this car? $691, about the same. Hey Kim, how's it going? Nice to see ya. Austin says my crew gets 900 every time. Euphoria says I'm going to join your crew. If you're talking about mine, I'm not sure if we even have spots open on my crew at the moment. I think we're full. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's one thing. If you do join a crew, never activate their wild card if they don't tell you it's okay, because a lot of crews will kick you out instantly if you activate their wild card. Yeah, you got to be able to make the RP and never activate a wild card. Those are the two main things that'll get you kicked out of the cruise. What's up, Drama? How you doing today? Awesome to see ya. Stack says, don't forget to smash that like button. Yeah, we would definitely appreciate that. Smash that like and subscribe. Hey, look, there's another Countach. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe. I'll make a jingle about it. Alright, he ran really slow there. You know, I actually made a quick tweak to the tuning on this car, and it doesn't run as good after just making a very small change on the tuning. Like the way I had it originally, it was able to hit 11.6 easily. Now it's really hard to hit 11.6. Odom says, yeah, the FFXK Evo blows. He built it for the event. Yeah, it's like a freaking machine gun shifter, man. You're going to break your fingers trying to shift that fast. It's like super fast shift. Super fast shifters. Drema says, I gotten so much better after watching your videos. Awesome, I'm glad you're finding them helpful. Thanks for watching them, by the way, too. I appreciate you guys watching my crazy videos. Yeah, I got about 1 million videos for everything on those old school playlists. It's amazing how many CSR2 videos I've put out. There's like billions of them. Like billions! Not millions, billions! Okay, maybe not that many, but thousands. I got thousands of CSR videos. Your crew sucks at crewing. I keep losing, but that's my fault. I keep slowing down. My crew does pretty good. Like, we got a pretty good crew here. We don't usually have too many issues with our crew, which is nice. But, you know, sometimes it can take a while to find one that you like. So sometimes you just gotta kind of move around and find one that works for you. There's a lot of good crews out there, and there's a lot of bad crews, and there's also a lot of dead crews. Ah, crap, the game crashed, guys. No, it didn't. Never mind. I thought it crashed. Hey, Leroy! You're very late. Very, very late, but it's always good to see you nonetheless. How's your day going? We got Mr. Leroy Jenkins in the house. Yeah, you know, 700 or 800,000 is kind of like what you want to make for a milestone prize crew, right? Most good crews will require at least 700, if not 800,000. But I think if you have 30 people in the crew, it takes all 30 people to hit something like 650 each, and that's just barely enough to get the prize car. So. Fareed said, man, I made 1 million last time. Nice. 1 million's good. I think everybody who's been playing for a while should be able to hit 1 million pretty easily, as long as they can get the Prestige Cup car every season. Without the Prestige Cup car, you gotta do a little bit of extra live racing and showdowns to get there, but William D says they require 500,000. Yeah, that's not too bad. 500,000 is not too bad. Drema says 700,000, that's a lot. I mean, if you're kind of a new player, that's a lot, but if you've been playing for a while, 700,000 is not that bad. It just really requires a decent amount of time spent live racing and doing, you know, if you do your daily stuff and you do the Prestige Cup, you can make over 800,000 without live racing or doing showdowns. So if you can save up enough silver keys to where you're never struggling to get the Prestige Cup car anymore, 800,000 is actually pretty easy. Now, when I was new to the game, like, I don't really remember what I was getting, but after I'd been playing the game for 4 or 5 months, I think the best live racing car I had at the time was the Porsche Boxster, the Tier 2 one. I used to make over 1 million respect points every season just racing that Tier 2 Boxster. It was a lot of work. It was a couple hours a day live racing, I think, but... Alright, so we only got a couple more minutes left on the stream, guys and gals, so I guess we're going to wrap this one up here. I'm about out of gas. I'm still trying to figure out how to find that list of Legends cars. Like, somebody was asking about that the other day, and I can't figure out how to pull the list up. Penguin says, I need a milestone car crew that do 750. Alright, so Penguin's looking for a crew, guys. He said he can do 750 through 1 million per season. So if there's any crews out there that need somebody, you might want to pick them up. Mike says, let's do a 200,000 run. Yeah, I don't normally do bets for or running for bets because there's too many people who down tune cars, and then that's not a fair race. Alright, so if I go into the Legends garage, hold on. There's a way to pull up a list here, and I'm trying to figure out how you get to it, right? Because somebody was asking me about this. I don't want to restore this, but... it shows you how to get those cars. I could have swore you used to just click on this, but it's not there. How in the heck do you get to that? I cannot figure this out for the life of me. It used to be really simple to find that, but... it's not there anymore. I mean, yeah, high stakes is fun if you're running a car that's set up to do well on high stakes, but I don't set cars up that way. I keep my tunes, like, fair. I tune cars that'll win a lot of live races, but they're fair, like, other people can beat them if they really know what they're doing. I don't run those crazy tunes on my cars for the most part. I do have 1 or 2 cars set up that way, but I very rarely ever drive those cars. Alright, so let me go to... let me see something. Let me get out of here. How do I even get out of this? Oh my god. Is this thing broken? Like, where's the exit button? How do I leave the garage? There we go. I'm having a brain fart. I haven't done anything with Legends in years, guys. I finished this years ago, so... I'm rusty on the Legends stuff, but... let me find a Legends car that's actually restored. I know I got one around here somewhere. I don't understand how to pull up the list of what you need to do to get those bonus cars. Do I ever play the Secret Ferrari drift game? Not very often. Like, I've played it a few times, but it's not a lot of fun, so... Not really. So, go here and then click the icon. So that just takes me into here, right? See, this is ridiculous. You used to be able to just click this and it would pull up the list. And it doesn't seem to work anymore. Gosh dang it. I hate everything about Legends. Like, Legends is seriously the most piece of crap, frustrating thing they've ever added to this game. I cannot stand the Legends. Oh, there we go. There's one list. There's another list somewhere, but I might have already done that one. But no, I hate Legends. I really do. I hate it with a passion. If they ever add more Legends events, I do not plan on doing them because I can't stand them. Legends is horrible. Horrible. Worst thing they've ever added to the game. Like, it makes me want to pick up my computer and smash it on the ground. As you can probably tell, I really don't like Legends. But yeah, I think you have to get every one of these cars completely maxed out on the levels in order to win this car here. So it's a pain in the butt. Giant pain in the butt. How do you play the Ferrari drifting game? All right. So drama, you see this little arcade machine in the back corner? Just click on that. Oh, darn it, Jerry. Click on this. And it's not a very fun game, but, you know, now you can play it. It's fun at first, but you'll get kind of bored of it. Did I set up, yeah, cool. It's really boring. Like, it's a neat little game, I guess, but it's one of those things where I think if you play it like 10 or 15 or 20 times, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm done with that. So, but yeah, it's just a fun little Easter egg thing. But I remember when I was a kid, there was a video game in the arcade called Outrun or Super Outrun or something like that. And it was basically this game. Let's see if I can beat my score. I wonder what the absolute highest score in the game is. Like, who has the best score on this? I'd be interested to know that. Not that it really matters, it would just be kind of fun to see who has the world record on this. Oh, I crashed! I didn't even hit that guy! I was robbed! Robbed, I tell you! I think. They robbed me, guys. They robbed me. Alright. Okay, it's gonna start getting harder now. There's like 90 cars you gotta weave in and out of. No! This is actually kind of challenging, or at least it gets challenging after a certain point. Like right there, I crashed and I don't think I hit the guy. But I think you're pretty much set up to fail on this game. I don't think you can win this game. Ah! Dang it. Dang it. No! Crashed again. Oh my god, I suck. I suck at this game. Hold on. That's bull crap. I did not hit that guy. Sometimes I think it messes you up even if you didn't hit the person. It's running funny. It's running different than normal today. I guess I can drive it like that, right? Ah! I'm pretty sure I'm not hitting those people and it's still crashing. That's driving me nuts. Maybe I just suck at it. I don't know. Dang it! I mean, some of them I really don't think you can avoid. Yeah. It's getting really hard now, though. Oh! No! Do it, do it, do it. Oh, crap sandwiches. Holy poop. No, no, no. Ah! I crashed again. I crashed again. Michikitsu, thank you, buddy. Ouch. William D, thanks. Oh, game over. Game over. Alright, so that was my second highest score ever. So my best one was 17,106. But yeah, I don't really know what the... Oh, look, it does take 1 gold to play this, I think, when you play it, so... I don't know, it's fun to play every once in a while, but it gets really frustrating really fast. So it's not something I could play like all day long or anything. Coolburn, I'm not hitting the cars, man. Coolburn's accusing me of hitting the cars. What are you, the police? Are you gonna arrest me? Jeez, Coolburn. Jeez. See? I don't want to pay for the damages, Coolburn. But yeah, it's really hard to avoid those. Coolburn, how's your day going, man? Alright. Well, I think that's going to be it for the day. I just want to say thank you all for coming out. You guys are amazing. I really do appreciate each and every one of you a lot for watching my videos and hanging out with me on the streams. Coolburn used to be a moderator over here. What happened? Coolburn, are you on a different YouTube channel or something? Like, I don't know, Coolburn plays War Robots, so he doesn't usually... He's not a CSR guy. I think you were playing CSR, though, weren't you? Didn't you start playing that? I got a bad memory, so... Yeah, morning, Coolburn. I know he's definitely a moderator on my other channel. These days, though, I try not to add too many moderators on YouTube because if I don't know somebody like really well, I don't really add moderators anymore because there's been a few problems in the past with some moderators and some weird stuff going on, and I don't know. We don't really get a lot of lousy people causing problems on the stream very often, so that's always a good thing. Yeah, I thought you were a moderator here as well. That's weird. I'll have to go look through my moderators list and see what happened. Maybe it deleted a couple people. I don't know. I just don't know, but I know Coolburn very well, actually. Here, I'll give you the moderator back. I'm not sure why it took it from you. That's weird. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed one thing is like a lot of YouTube channels have some really hateful people and nasty comments and stuff. I'm lucky, nobody really, there's not a lot of hateful people on my channels for some reason, which is nice. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming by, and probably in about 20 minutes, there's going to be a video release for the new Audi. So that'll be coming up in a few minutes. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's an okay car. It's not great, but it seems like a decent car, I guess. At least there's that. At least it seems decent, right? But yeah, thanks for coming out. You guys are amazing. Lightning out. Have a great day, and we will catch you next time. All right, see you guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.